Mornings I walk down to the boat just to enjoy a cup of coffee or turn a wrench for a minute before work. It is one insanely beautiful walk. And right down there is me boat. Got down here this morning to this alarm going off, and I didn't know what it was at first. I had my cap on and I thought it was powered off and everything. I guess I left the power on to it, but it's yelling about my depth. So really I'm sitting in about 7.2 feet of water, and so I've got about 2 feet under the bottom of my keel right now, just because of where my transducer is mounted. But anyways, we can ignore that. I'm gonna turn this back off, nothing to be concerned about. But yeah, freaked out for a second. Forgive all the dried mud on my deck from my last anchoring spot, but we're gonna go ahead and swap out these nav lights. All right, so the front nav lights are in. I need to get up there and see what's going on with the mast light, but I don't really want to go up there again until I tune up this rigging a little better. It moves. It's missing pins and stuff. So I did a little research, and for my purposes, I mean, I'm not looking for a race tune or anything. Like, I think I got a method sorted out. So you'll see that here shortly. All right, so we're gonna start things off tightening up the backstay a little bit. As you can see, there is a lot of play in this. We're just gonna put a little more tension on it. Again, I'm not racing anything. I don't need a super tight rig, but this is kind of sloppy. All right, so sorry I didn't get that part on film. I got to talking with a boat buddy of mine who's in another boat a few slips down, a lot more sailing experience than me. I was getting his opinion on tuning the rigging, and we seem to be like-minded on the issue. I'm not racing. It shouldn't need to be super tight. Too much is just going to increase downward pressure on the deck. And yeah, so anyways, what I did, I loosened the stopper nut here, backed it up to make room. Then I got myself a pair of adjustables up here and turned this with a screwdriver. Took about 4 twists and maybe a full turn and a half maybe. And it's still not like super tight, but it's not wobbly like it was before. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Then put this back down, put some new pins through. I think I'm gonna get some stainless steel safety wire or something to put through there instead. But for now, I've got pins, so that's what I'm using. So I'll show you on the next one. All right, so currently due to weight distribution, my boat lists a little bit to the right no matter what, but I wanna try to get the mast is close to 90 degrees to the plane of the deck as possible. And so how I'm going to do that while the boat is listing is I'm going to take a piece of paracord. I'm going to attach it here to my main halyard. I'm going to haul it on up the mast there, and then I'm going to pull it from side to side, measuring the distance to the chain plate, and that's going to give me the ability to balance that out and make sure that I'm as close to 90 degrees to the plane of the deck as possible. So I'm sure the comments will come, but that's what I'm doing, and I think it's gonna work. Here we go. All right, so that is remarkably close to 90 degrees. It is pretty much the exact same distance from the top of the mast to where the shroud joins the chain plate on both sides of the deck. So cool listing. It's just making me think it's funny looking, but the math doesn't lie. Distances are true. Pretty dang close to 90. So now I just got to get a little more attention on I don't know, are they still called shrouds? It's not the ones that go all the way up to the mast, but just beneath the spreaders. But anyways, front ones are super sloppy, so tighten those up, make sure everything has cotter pins in it, and yeah, that'll be one thing I can scratch off my list. So since everything is pretty much at 90 degrees, I'm really only going to address the one loose sloppy shroud I have, which is this guy right here. It's the frontmost starboard one, goes up to the splitters there, and it is just nasty loose. The rest of them are okay, but the plot thickens. Down here, so not only, hold on, where's the camera? There we go. So not only are we missing a stopper nut, there's no room for a stopper nut. This one is maxed out into the turnbuckle. I mean, look at that. There's no room left for it to go. So if you spin it, it can only spin down here. Down here. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to take this turnbuckle all the way off and restart it. Cause yeah, I don't know what the hell else to do. So I'm gonna figure this out for a minute without the phone. So I had to make up for a difference in the distance in the threading there so I could get it tight enough. And first go around, I didn't back it out quite enough. Or no, I'm sorry, I backed it out. Yeah, I didn't back it out quite enough, and I was still coming in and making contact and not being able to get it tight enough. But second try is a charm. Much better, much better. All the rigging's pretty much as tight as I want it to be. I'm gonna go around now and put new cotter pins and everything. All right, I can finally check one off that massive list I read off in the last episode. So rigging, standing rigging, done for now. Some of it actually already had steel cable through it. So, you know, instead of the cotter pins, so I left that stuff in place. It looks in pretty good shape. Everything else I replaced with cotter pin. Got a crap ton of cotter pins, so that's something I'll be checking regularly and replacing as needed. Now it's time to figure out what I'm gonna work on next. Back on the sink now. All right, so you can see here, I thought I had my plumbing up to snuff again and was washing my hands for like probably the third time or so, and the valve, just like that one, cracked apart, and you can see the remnants of it there. So what I've done, I've got a brass shutoff valve that I'm gonna put in here. I'm about to tighten up this pipe clamp now. I'm gonna nip off the end there because this little metal bit, I don't know if you can make it out, seems to be like incorporated into the supply line. So I'm gonna nip that out, pull this up there, connect it up. And if this works out, then I'm just gonna go ahead and swap that one out too, because I mean, if that one popped, that one must be about ready to pop. Cool, that's where I'm at. All right, let's see if she holds pressure. Not ideal, but I mean, hey, I already had it sitting around in my basement. It's brass, it'll get it done. Woo! All right, Dogs is very into plumbing. He's determined to help me replace the other one of these valves back here, or while I'm putting in a valve, that is, where there was nothing but a connection before. But Vale's super excited. Yeah, Dogs. Alright, well, got both of these valves replaced. Dog is pretty psyched about the whole thing. Yeah, he keeps looking in to check it out. Alright, Dog, alright. Yes, good job, you fixed the sink. Alright, on to what's next. Had a lot of rain the past few days, and all of the finger piers are underwater. I hope my buddy Buck over there can get on and off his boat okay. Wow. Yeah, upriver from us, I think Lynchburg got something like 7 inches of rain in the past couple of days. And James River is expected to hit flood stage this morning, I believe, up above the rapids. But down here on the tidal area, we've just got a bunch of crud, logs and such, floating down the middle of the river out there. It's definitely not the kind of crap you want to take your boat out in today. Unfortunately, you can't really make it out. Trust me, there's tons of trees and logs and everything else. All right, getting ready to head up the mast and give a little TLC to these spars up there. What I've got going on here, got my harness out, the Petzl Gree on here, and a sender up here. So basically I fixed the line to the top of the mast using the main halyard. The winch is locked off down here below me. Rope comes down, comes through the ascender down to my gree where it comes, the slack end comes back up to the ascender through a separate carabiner, so that I can use that to kind of help pull with one arm and push with one leg and climb up this mast. And yeah, I've only got the one camera on me, so I guess you won't see me climb it, but I'll show you something when I get up there. All right, well, I'm up here at the spars. The tops, thankfully, were painted with some kind of hardcore stuff, so we haven't had water penetration there, but it's definitely time for sanding and revarnishing here, and I'll get another coat of something good and hardy up here. Light sand, of course. The ends actually look okay. It's all pretty sturdy considering, so yeah. So I'm gonna get the sanding up here and hope the bees don't come back. They were hanging out, having a little bee party for a second. Pretty neat up here. All right, so I've come a wee bit higher up to check on this mast light. The bulb actually looks good, so I guess I got a wiring issue to sort out. Maybe I got a fuse inside, I don't know, but a bit higher up. Spars are all as sanded as they're gonna get. Looks like they went back and forth between paint and varnish over the years. There's multiple layers, so I think I'm just gonna go with paint because varnish is gonna look like crap on top of it, so paint it is. Back down, see what I got. Pretty nice view. Little by little. I'm trying not to drip on the deck. Alright, so you can barely tell, but the mast light works, but the deck light does not. So I thought that bulb was good, but I guess not. That's alright, I can do without a deck light for now. The mast light though, I do need. Dog came along to help with work this morning. Dogs is a good boy. Yes, good dogs. He wants to go out on the boat. He's a good boy. Well, I think I may just go ahead and replace that entire mast light setup with an LED version. I don't want to have to crawl up there every couple of months or, you know, every year just to swap out a light bulb. That seems kind of silly. It's like 50 bucks for an LED one. I just looked on Amazon, so probably gonna go that route. All right, well, that's about it for this one. Went back up there, got a coat of some good hardcore exterior stuff on there, and yeah, lots more to do, but that about wraps it up. The spars came out looking rather nice, if I do say so myself. Coming up, I guess, probably gonna be putting on the swim platform. Aside from that, start pulling together some parts to finish off the head, make sure that's functional next, you know, try to finish off what I've already started, I suppose. Not really sure what else I'm going to be working on coming up here soon. I know I've got that massive list and I've been able to check off a couple of things here. Ooh, quick update. These nav lights here, I broke them again. I think I messed up my wire connection, so I'm gonna have to undo those, and I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo those. Anyways, that's about where we're at. Coming up some point in the near future here, I'm probably gonna be doing an episode on the finances of this project. A couple people have asked about, you know, like how much I spent on the boat, this, that, and the other. I know it's a topic of curiosity, so I don't mind sharing that information, whatever. So I'll try to put one of those together here. That won't be a regular episode, that'll be a bonus. I'm gonna have to pause this for a second. This boat coming by is getting loud. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this episode, I hope you'll give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you out there. Thanks again.